Marking the 37th anniversary of President Paul Biya's ascension to power were celebrated yesterday within and without Cameroon. Echoes of how the celebrations took place in this newscast. Cameroon will tomorrow take on Ghana in match day 1 of the 2019 Under-23 AFCON in Egypt. How are the Baby Lions bracing up for that tournament? Reactions right ahead. Good evening. I am Metuge Stanley La Ngalame, live from Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. The news. Militants of the 5 sections of the Cameroon's People's Democratic Party in Meme Division yesterday came out in their numbers to celebrate President Paul Biya's 37th year as president of Cameroon. According to our Meme correspondent Tamfo Sidwan Dimbiem, the activities were crowned with emotion of support to President Paul Biya. His report up next.
Activities towards the celebration marking the 37 years of Paul Biya's ascension to the Supreme Magistracy of the Republic of Cameroon have taken place in Kumba under the theme "All Behind President Paul Biya to Guarantee National Cohesion and Strengthen Living Together in One and Indivisible Cameroon." Chaired by His Excellency Chief Justice Benjamin Mutanga Etwe, head of the CBDM Permanent Delegation to Meme Division, militants from the 5 sections and all the subsections of the ruling CBDM party in Meme Division converged at the Kumba City Council to celebrate what they considered were achievements of President Paul Biya's 37 years since he took over as head of state of the Republic of Cameroon. The various speakers stated their commitment to support the head of state to fight for one and indivisible Cameroon. They also used the opportunity to call for peace and effective back to school in Meme Division, pleaded on the separatist fighters to lay down weapons. According to His Excellency Chief Justice Benjamin Mutanga Etwe, the CBDM has achieved much and will still work to ensure that the country remains one and indivisible despite the current crisis, which he thinks will end soon, since the head of state will consider the resolutions of the just ended national dialogue. He also stated that the recommendations of the just ended national dialogue should be taken into consideration as they are aimed at strengthening peace and national cohesion. He also called on the CBDM militants and sympathizers that they should prepare for the upcoming municipal, regional and parliamentary elections. A motion of support was also addressed to the head of state Paul Biya, who has been in power since November 1982.
In Kambe, chief town of the Ndonga Mountain Division, northwest region of Cameroon, militants came out in their numbers to celebrate President Paul Biya's 37th year in power, as Lasha Kingsley tells us more in the full report.
Like in many other parts of the country, militants of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM, turned out in their numbers this 6th day of November 2019 in Kambe, chief town of the Ndonga Mountain Division, northwest region of Cameroon, to celebrate the 37th anniversary of Paul Biya as president of the Republic of Cameroon. Addressing the population, the section president for Kambe, Ngala Gerard, enumerated his achievements while thanking them for their support. As a delegate at the just ended major national dialogue in Yaoundé. It should be recalled that Kambe town has defied all threats and calls for school boycott by Anglophone separatist fighters, generically referred to as Amber Boys, who say they are fighting to restore the statehood of former British Southern Cameroons, which they now call Ambazonia Republic. With the assistance of the section president, by sensitizing the population of Kambe on the importance of going to school, fear has apparently been conquered and life is back to normal in Kambe.
Lasha Kingsley, and in that report, we are sorry for the lack of sound during the excerpts in that report. Hopefully, we shall make amends tomorrow. Les 37 ans de la magistrature du président Paul Biya ont été célébrés ce 6 novembre dans une ambiance festive par les sections Vouri 3 de Douala. Charles Fils Langue était parti de la célébration. Il nous en dit plus dans cet reportage.
Ambiance carnavalesque ce 6 novembre 2019 à l'esplanade de la sous-préfecture de Douala 3e. Les militants du Rassemblement démocratique du peuple camerounais pour la section Vouri 3 se sont massivement donné rendez-vous ici dans le but de célébrer 37 ans au pouvoir de leur leader Paul Biya. Le 6 novembre 1982 au 6 novembre 2019, il y a de cela 37 ans que le Parti des Flammes tient les commandes de la démocratie au Cameroun face à un vent fort de l'opposition qui ne rate pas l'occasion de souffler sur son bilan qu'elle considère plus ou moins élogieux.
Parce qu'aujourd'hui, c'est le 6 novembre. Nous tous, nous savons ce que c'est que cette date. Malgré tout ce qui arrive, nous fêtons aujourd'hui la magistrature de notre président Paul Biya, le 6 novembre, dont nous connaissons tous. Malgré les périphéries, malgré les circonstances que nous tous nous connaissons, les critiques par-ci par-là, mais n'empêche que ce jour-ci soit le 6 novembre. Alors, moi particulièrement, j'ai dit merci au Seigneur pour le calme qui règne depuis un temps et que notre cher grand camarade, le président Paul Biya, continue dans ce sens.
Ce jour d'anniversaire, organisé sur l'étendue du territoire camerounais, dans les sections et les sous-sections, était une occasion pour les militants du parti au pouvoir de faire un bilan, mais aussi de réaffirmer leur engagement auprès de leurs champions, surtout à la veille de ces nouvelles échéances électorales de 2020.
Tu as acquis de l'expérience et de la sagesse, sans perdre ton dynamisme ni ton air juvénile. Surtout ne chante rien, tu es notre modèle. Nous te souhaitons joyeux anniversaire.
On se souvient que le 6 novembre 1982, le président Paul Biya accédait à la magistrature suprême après la démission de son prédécesseur Amadou Ahidjo 2 jours avant. Ce jour mémorable pour les militants du Parti des Flammes demeure un jour d'anniversaire souvent bien orchestré comme ce jour où on a eu l'occasion de revivre ce spectacle culturel dont seul le Cameroun peut s'en vanter.
Merci beaucoup, Charles Fils et Lange. Let's take you back to the northwest region, especially in Bamenda, where elites came out in their numbers to celebrate President Paul Biya's 37th year in power. We had ministers as well as top elites in their ranks and files during that celebration. Charles Kebwa is our man on the beat. His report.
Celebrations of the 37th anniversary of President Paul Biya's accession to the Supreme Magistracy in Bamenda took place at Ayaba Hotel with CPDM militants, supporters and sympathizers pledging to work towards peace and national cohesion.
Thank you, President Paul Biya. We remain your people and we pledge our loyalty to you and pray that God Almighty will give us the opportunity to maintain that peace which we have been longing for.
The strength of the President has been a peace-driven person, a development-driven leader, and a loving father for Cameroonians.
A lot has not been going on quite well for this period. People have died, people are displaced, people are refugees. Some of us even standing here are displaced because of the crisis in the Northwest region. But we do believe the actions of President Paul Biya will finally bring peace if all of us stand behind him and preach peace.
Present conspicuously at the event was Northwest Governor Adolphe Lele Lafrique. The celebration coming at the heels of landslide in the West region and other parts of the country. A special presentation was done on the dangers of developing risk zones to sensitize the population of the Northwest region on areas liable to such disasters. During the celebration, the head of the permanent regional delegation to the Northwest, Philemon Yang, encouraged supporters of the region for having stood by the president and the New Deal in the face of threat and the destruction of their property, and told militants of the CPDM and supporters of President Paul Biya to remain still fast.
So you can see that in 1983, 1984, 1985, President Paul Biya was in Bamenda. So we can rightfully say that the first political alliance signed by President Paul Biya with any part of the country was with the Northwest region, because he came here 3 times. And whenever we had major political activities, President Paul Biya brought them here in Bamenda. The 50th anniversary of the military is a very big military event. It was hosted in Bamenda. And during that wonderful military celebration, President Paul Biya said, I have decided to create the Bamenda University. 7 days after President Paul Biya made the pronouncement, he signed the decree creating the Bamenda University.
A motion of support to His Excellency President Paul Biya was read to crown the day.
Thank you, Charles. You're watching the 7:45 Primetime News on My Media Prime Television. We're beaming live from Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. On to something else. A 3-day seminar to train Cameroonian youths on solar energy is currently going on in Douala. The seminar, under the auspices of the Divisional Officer for Douala 4, kicked off today with youths drawn from all walks of life. Erling Sama was present. She brought back this report.
Organized by Hope for Africa through Sustainable Development House Cameroon, a non-governmental organization specialized in the promotion of renewable energy in collaboration with their Indian partners, the seminar has as objective to train young Cameroonians on acquiring skills and setting up solar panels for sustainability, especially at the grassroots level. William Prosper Wilkinyoy, the founder and CEO of Haas Cameroon, said the overall goal of his organization is to encourage the Indo-Africa cooperation ties and promote self-employment.
My objective for this seminar is first to encourage the Indo-African cooperation. Yeah, our participants for the last one, we are expecting to see people from India to come. So we decided this time around to bring them in. And from the last one, at least participants are actually showing proof of what they learned. And we encourage those this time around to do their best, to do their possible best, because self-employment is the key.
The Indian experts involved in this project say their mission is to empower Cameroon and other African countries with technologies to utilize available resources and potentials and develop necessary skills on solar, wind and biogas systems, leading to entrepreneurship and sustainable development. Praveen Sod, chairman of Regnan Energy Solutions, New Delhi, India, a master trainer at the seminar, explained that what motivated the corporation is his dream to get the human race globally connected and resources saved for the future and next generation.
The major motivation, just like I told in my keynote address at the start of the program, was that I see that we, human race, are globally connected. We cannot build any barriers in the skies or heavens. And whatever we do, we should do in a manner that we pass on something to the next generation.
On behalf of the Cameroon government, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Nwa Subdivision Northwest Region, Biba Caroline, said, considering the fact that only 48% of Cameroon's population has access to power, with barely 17% of this rate in rural areas, Cameroon is in dire need of India's cooperation ties in the energy sector.
We all know that in Cameroon, like we heard from our expose, we talked of 48% of Cameroonians can boast of energy. And the worst thing is that in the rural areas, he talked of just 17%. I think this is a timely issue from India to come to our help, because we really need this energy.
The Board of Directors of the Southwest Development Authority, SWEDAM, recently held an extraordinary meeting to validate the 10-year strategic plan for the region. According to the board members, development must be paramount despite the socio-political tension in the Northwest and Southwest region. Diobe Regamoki is our man on the beat. He now reports from Boya.
West and Southwest region of Cameroon has been a big challenge to some institutions. It is against this backdrop that the Board of Directors of the Southwest Development Authority Soweto recently held an extraordinary meeting to validate the 10-year strategic plan, the plan that will run from 2020 to 2030. To accompany the strategic plan, which is a roadmap to enable the Board of Directors implement soldiers' activities in the next 10 years, was the approval of an organizational chart. Talking to My Media Point Television after 5 hours of deliberation was the board chair Herbert Apande Edzage, who said the Anglophone crisis has caused a great havoc to the Soweto family.
The region is coming out from a 3-year period of a lot of social unrest that has caused a great havoc in terms of people displacement, in terms of vandalization of infrastructure. And so Soweto is also bracing up itself, preparing itself on how to intervene, to play its own role as well in terms of reconstruction, in terms of resettling all these displaced persons.
Meanwhile, to the Director General of the Southwest Development Authority, Soweto, Bisong Tui Ogok, despite the prevailing situation of the Southwest region, Soweto is doing their best in carrying out their duties.
We are trying to work where we can. At the moment that I speak, we have just awarded some contracts that are supposed to be carried out in Kupe Maninguba because we were able to get to Kupe Maninguba. We have contracts for some construction of market hangars here in Fako Division because we are able to do that. And so basically what we're trying to do now is develop also another strategy. How do you function during a crisis situation? Is it a matter of just shutting down and going home? No, we definitely cannot do that. And we are seeing that the security situation is improving, and as it improves, we'll continue to make our presence more felt in the field.
It should be noted that the 5-hour deliberation was attended by 11 Board of Directors, which another rendezvous has been taken for next year.
Thank you, Reagan. Au moins un élève est victime de harcèlement scolaire chaque jour. Les plus âgés semant la terreur aux plus petits et aussi les enseignants involontairement font subir ces pressions aux élèves. Anne Marincom nous en dit plus dans cet reportage.
Le harcèlement scolaire est un problème réel dans les établissements scolaires au Cameroun et dans le monde entier. Les élèves se font rabaisser, humilier, rejeter, voire même blesser par leurs camarades et souvent leurs enseignants. On se souvient du cas de Blériot, poignardé à mort par son camarade au sein de son établissement. Par crainte d'être agressés à leur tour, certains élèves rejoignent contre gré le camp des bourreaux. D'une part, sont pointés du doigt les parents, accusés de ne pas inculquer assez de valeur à leurs enfants, et d'autre part, la hiérarchie, de laisser impunis les agresseurs. Cette même hiérarchie qui aujourd'hui souffre également d'harcèlement et agression des élèves. Ils sont verbalement et physiquement menacés et des fois roués de poings. Pourtant, on aurait pu pallier à ce problème parfois sous-estimé, mais aux conséquences dramatiques, en sensibilisant, en éduquant et en communiquant, en rendant les élèves et enseignants acteurs de la lutte contre le harcèlement en milieu scolaire. Quand on n'est pas la cible, on est la solution.
And now let's talk sports, football. The Under-23 Lions of Cameroon are dotting their I's and cutting their T's ahead of their first game tomorrow in the Under-23 AFCON in Egypt as they lock horns with Ghana. The first 3 team will automatically qualify for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. We caught up with the deputy coach of the Under-23 Lions of Cameroon in the person of Guy Fachini, as well as the captain of the Under-23 Lions of Cameroon, Gwet Samuel, to find out how they're bracing up for that first crucial game tomorrow, pitting Cameroon to Ghana. Let's have them in the following excerpt.
Le ressenti est très très positif. On ne va pas revenir sur les difficultés qu'on a eues au début entre les clubs qui au début nous acceptent de laisser les joueurs à la fin, peut-être par rapport à X ou X problèmes, reviennent sur eux. Et bon, on essaie de réajuster. Hein. L'ambiance, elle est bonne. Les joueurs qui sont là, ils sont attentifs. Ils essayent d'écouter ce que le coach et le staff essaient de vouloir passer comme message. Et aux entraînements, ils sont motivés. Donc on essaie de réajuster, essayer de trouver le juste milieu. Il y a certains qui arrivent avec 3 matchs en une semaine. Il va falloir tenir compte de tout ça. Donc on travaille, on reste positif, et tout en espérant que d'ici là, peut-être avec l'ouverture qu'on a laissée à ceux qui ne sont pas encore là, de revenir étoffer ce groupe, qu'on soit au complet. Et on sait que le premier match, c'est ça qui va donner la dynamique pour nous dans cette compétition. Donc on va essayer de tout faire pour qu'on puisse déjà, avec l'ambiance qu'il y a, revenant à votre question, que je trouve vraiment, vraiment positive. Et les joueurs sont réceptifs. Donc je pense qu'avec ça, on pourra passer ce premier match et entrer dans la bonne dynamique en attendant ceux qui viendront étoffer ce groupe.
Je pense qu'on a tous les atouts nécessaires pour gagner ce match. Maintenant, c'est à nous d'être concentrés et appliqués. Bien sûr, le Ghana est un adversaire redoutable, déjà en Afrique. Donc nous savons que le match ne sera pas facile, mais nous sommes préparés pour le Ghana et les 7 autres nations présentes dans ce tournoi.
Quelle est votre pensez-vous que le Cameroun peut se qualifier pour les Jeux Olympiques au moins?
Je le pense, je réponds par l'affirmative à 100% et c'est notre objectif ici présent. Nous allons tout donner pour avoir cette qualification et être sur le podium.
Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez dire aux Camerounais ce soir qui vous regardent?
Juste de nous encourager, de nous mettre dans les prières et le reste, nous devons mouiller le maillot.
Those were the reactions of the deputy coach of the Under-23 Lions of Cameroon, Gifford Chini, as well as the captain, Gwet Samuel, telling us how ready they are for tomorrow's game against Ghana. It is the first game at the 2019 Under-23 AFCON in Egypt. It is with that sports brief that will bring to you the end of tonight's newscast. Once again, a reminder of our headlines. Celebrations to mark President Paul Biya's 37th year in power took place yesterday, the 6th of November 2019, within and without Cameroon. We brought you the reactions of how the celebration took place across the nation in this newscast. We also informed you that Cameroon will tomorrow lock horns with Ghana ahead of their first game at the 2019 Under-23 AFCON in Egypt. The news was compiled and produced by Ewane Nolinga Eli and Metuge Stanley La Ngalame. For presentation, I still remain Metuge Stanley La Ngalame. Wishing you all a blessed night and see you at 9:30 p.m. on Prime Sports only on My Media Prime Television. Good night.
Seeking a career in agriculture? Consider St. Louis Higher Institute of Agriculture, where students can build their interest in various farming systems by tailoring their study of agriculture to production, processing, and marketing agribusinesses, making them job providers and not seekers. St. Louis Higher Institute of Agriculture offers relevant practical education developed and delivered by experts and teachers who believe in teaching